and Trei Oliver joins us. Spring game is coming up this weekend. First of all, Coach, I appreciate your time. You didn't have to dress for this. There was no requirement that you put on a tie.
Adam, whenever you call, I had to put on my best, man.
That's like Vel's always. I'm sure Vel's in a sweatsuit every time we talk with him. First of all, your success. I just mentioned the last 3 years: 10 wins, 9 wins, 8 wins, 12-3 aggregate in league play, 1 home loss. What would you say if you were going to describe to somebody why Central has been successful as a football program, especially recently? What do you think the number one thing is?
People. We have great people in our program. Obviously, we win with good players. And, when you put some really good coaches around them, along with the great support staff, like, the trainers, I'd say all the time, everybody matters. So whether it's the equipment staff, the trainers, our video staff, everybody in our program matters. They're just as important as I am. So when you can put really good people together, you have opportunity to be successful.
Before we move on to some things maybe about this specific team, but also a couple of big picture things, and we've only got probably 8 or so minutes here to chat. What can people expect if they're coming out this weekend, in terms of a spring game? Like, we've almost moved away. A lot of schools are canceling spring football. So what is the plan for you this weekend?
This is another opportunity for us to develop our young guys. And, there's so much to it. I guess if we were on a Big Ten network or the SEC network and you don't want to have, everybody to see what you're doing, I guess it's a place for that. But, you want to stay away from injuries and all that. But, we really have to use these 15 practices to develop our young guys. And it's an opportunity for everybody to get the same amount of reps and us to let those young guys play. But this weekend, it's going to be a festive weekend, man. We incorporate our Letterman's Day. So all of our former players will be out here this weekend in the nest. Our recruits, our signings will be here, and some of our 26 recruits will be here. So the campus is off the chain. Our chancellor, Dr. Dixon, just had her installation today on campus. So it is a buzz in the air in the nest today.
All right, that's all of that is good. So the editorial comment from me, I feel like that maybe some other coaches are being a little bit too paranoid about what goes on during spring ball. I'm not saying it doesn't happen. What's your view of coaches who have expressed, well, we're not going to have spring ball because people are recruiting off of our campus when they're watching spring football? Is that a reason to cancel spring ball?
For me, no. I mean, folks are going to tamper. They're going to do what they want to do. Quick story, last year we were about to play a game. We're playing Friday night, Howard University. I look and I see a staff member from Virginia Tech on our sideline during in pregame warm-ups. And he's acting like he's here to say hello to one of his buddies and one of the coaches on staff and all that. But I knew he was here looking at my running back. And it's unfortunate. It's really frustrating, but there's nothing you can do about it. So, the big thing is we treat our guys right, and hopefully they won't go into the transfer portal. If they are offered a whole lot of money like Jamari Taylor was, so be it. I wish them the best. But I'm not overly concerned about guys recruiting our guys. And as far as the guys seeing what we're doing schematically, after the first game, everybody's gonna know what you're doing anyway. So, heck, you got to stop it.
Right. No question about it. Has Connor Stallions ever come to one of your practices? People will remember that's the guy worked spied, I guess, for Jim Harbaugh at the University of Michigan. So what is? Let
me tell you this first of all. Connor better not come to Durham. These Durhamites not going to treat him kindly, man. He won't make it out of here if he out here sitting in the tree trying to spy on us.
with a fake mustache or whatever. What are your thoughts? I talked to Val about this because of where Central is in the economic, structure of sports, of athletics. What is there that you can do to keep more of your players, or do you just have to go, look, if you're good, somebody's going to come in and they're going to make you an offer we can't match?
I probably lost about 10 guys to FBS programs. and they're there starting now. There's nothing we can do about it. We don't have the dollars to match. We lost a guy to South Carolina.
Right.
We lost a guy to University of Maryland. We lost a guy to University of Virginia, Minnesota, App State, Akron. So, I mean, if it's going to happen, it's going to happen. So for us, we're not going to sit here and cry about it and, be all concerned. All we're going to do is continue to recruit. What we do know is once guys after their sophomore year, usually their junior year, if they're all conference or all American, folks are going to come start looking at them.
Sure.
So we have our spring game on Saturday. We're going to have a staff meeting on Monday, and I have about 6 guys that I'll meet with, and some of our top guys, and just try to see where they're at with the process and what their thoughts are. And I know people are already trying to get at them and all that stuff, but we'll sit down and talk about the pros and cons of them staying and leaving. I'll talk to their parents, and we'll put everything on the table and wish for the best. But we've had guys leaving for the past 3 years, and we've still been successful.
Yeah, I mean and that speaks to the way you said the people around the program, how the players are treated, how the staff puts everything together. So give us an idea of who, when people come out on Saturday, who are going to be the stars of the show.
Well, I will tell you, our quarterback room, we got a battle there. Now, Walker Harris is our starter today. Right. We have 2 young guys, Javion Martin, who has been incredible, and Josh Jones. Both of those guys are both dual threat guys. And they have really, really improved. But Walker right now is the man. But Walker needs to continue to improve. But it's a great battle there. Offensive line-wise, I've been very impressed. We didn't lose anybody from last year. Running backs were a little young there. We lost Jamar. We thought he was going to come back. But
right.
And then wide receivers were young but very, very talented. Very talented. On the defense side of the ball, we have a new defensive coordinator, Jesse Thompson, instilling a new defense, but very pleased with where we are with that. Our defensive line has improved probably the most defensively this offseason. Very pleased with our defensive line, led by Thomas Johnson. Thomas Johnson is a defensive end for us from California, and he's phenomenal. Then our linebacking core, Old Faithful, the old man, Max Urine, is coming back for his senior year, and he's the leader of the defense. And in the back end, we're relatively young and got some guys out. Malcolm Reed, our starting safety from last year, is out, just coming off of surgery. But got some new faces back there at corner. Anthony Fisher and Tamadre Braxton, 2 young corners we have. But I'm excited, man. It's been a battle across the board, and we'll see how the spring game ends up and where the pieces may fall. But it's been a battle of a lot of positions.
Have you found it difficult? Trei Oliver, NC Central's head football coach, is joining us here. The spring game is coming up on Saturday. Have you found it difficult to schedule because you can bother teams at the FBS level?
Well, we I tell you, at the FBS level, it's a little different now. They got those 85 scholarships.
Right.
We would have played Carolina last year, and we fought them, and we fought them. It was a one-possession game going to the fourth quarter that kind of got away from us.
Right.
But we've had a very, very competitive schedule. I like to play like one FBS school a year, and then we'll play some top 25 FCS schools. So we've had some success with the Elons and New Hampshires, that top 25 programs. So we're looking forward to it. We open up with Southern University, a SWAC school, then we got to go to FAM, Florida A&M this year. So I always like to show the SWAC schools that the MEAC is the big dog.
Well, you certainly have experience with that. We remember the Celebration Bowl a few years ago. We're going to have to say goodbye in a second. Aggie Eagle Classic coming up in mid to late September. It's still a staple. Do we look down on A&M because they're no longer in a HBCU conference?
So you already forgot about it. You said A&M.
What did I? A&T. Yeah, I did. I screwed the whole thing up. We can't even use this now.
You can't. A&T, they although they left our conference, they're still a rival. Yeah. They've been down a little bit, but one of my former teammates and best friends, Sean Gibbs, is the head coach there. So I'm looking forward to going over to Greensboro and getting after those guys a little bit. But it's still a great atmosphere, regardless of the records. It's going to be a hard-fought game. We got the best of them last year. But I'm sure Coach Gibbs is going to do a good job and get them back on track. But we're definitely looking forward to it, and the fans obviously are looking forward to that game.
Always, always. Trei Oliver, Central head coach. Appreciate your time. Next time I'll wear a tie, and then you can just wear sweats, okay?
My man, Adam, thank you for what you do, man. Do a great job.
You got it.